this is a pretty good win for a guy who hasn't won since 2012, meaning Gabriel Rosado. He hasn't won a professional sanctioned boxing match since 2012, and he fought Joshua Clottey and beat Joshua Clottey by unanimous decision. Joshua Clottey himself has not lost a fight since 2010 when he lost against Manny Pacquiao. His most notable win since then is when he fought Anthony Mundine for, I believe it was on the WBA path. They were very close to, Joshua Clottey was very close to being a mandatory for Irisland Lara, but I don't know what happened with that situation. Canelo and Clottey was supposed to happen. Canelo pulled out because of an injury, whatever the case may have been. And now we have Clottey, who's fighting Gabriel Rosado on HBO Latino. You know what I didn't like? I didn't like the way HBO did this. What they did was they had the HBO Latino card, which had Yorkis Gamboa fighting. I forgot the guy's name. Gabriel Rosado versus Joshua Clottey, and Yunieski Gonzalez versus Shabransky on the HBO Latino card, but it didn't start till 1 o'clock in the morning. So, you know, you had to make sure your DVR was on to be able to catch these fights. And this was actually a pretty good overall card when you put together the Nicholas Walters fight and the Brian Jennings fight or Luis Ortiz fight that was on the regular HBO card. So I didn't like the fact that they could have had a 4-hour, broadcast. I guess they couldn't have had a time on a Saturday night prime time. I know HBO, they had a movie to show. But Gabriel Rosado outboxed Turtle Shell defense Joshua Clottey. Joshua Clottey, 38 years old, over the hill, in my opinion, and really not a threat to anyone in the 154 or 160-pound division. Just my personal opinion. So when you look at Gabriel Rosado, who has 9 losses, 4 of those by knockout, you ask, well, what does he bring to the division? And now he's talking about fighting Canelo, because put it this way. If Clottey would have won, I believe they would have tried to find some type of way to make Canelo versus Clottey and say, look, that was a fight we tried to make in the past because Canelo's not fighting GGG right away. So Canelo needs an opponent for May. Now, will they go with Gabriel Rosado? The question is, will the WBC allow Gabriel Rosado to be a voluntary for Canelo, or will Canelo, fight Gabriel Rosado at 154 pounds, which I highly doubt. So, from my opinion, Gabriel Rosado, 9 losses, 4 by knockout. I really don't know where he goes at this point right now and who does he fight. Because when it comes to big fights, he's had some pretty big fights against Golovkin, Charlo, Peter Quillen, David Lemieux, Jalen Love. And I'm trying to figure out where to match him at. And then it's crazy because with his BKB status and being in the movie Creed, he's a pretty popular boxer. He's a boxer that should fight on televised fights. So I don't know. I don't know where he goes from here. Honestly, I don't think that they'll be able to pull off him versus Canelo. I don't know if the fans really want to see that, because it's looking like it's going to end the way Gabriel Rosado fights, and usually with him getting cut over the eye or getting stopped in the corner or something like that. So it's going to be a tough sell. Good win though over Joshua Clottey. Big win for a guy who hasn't won since 2012. So, just my personal opinion. I'm T Street Controversy. This is T Street Controversy Live. I cover every single major fight live. Please subscribe.